Vanessa.
What is a perfect body? Is it this slimline beauty queen? Or is it time for the hunk to step in? Or are all these people just bores, obsessed by their own bodies? Welcome to the Vanessa Show. It used to be enough to smile sweetly, saying you loved children and wanted to travel the world. But today's beauty queens say all this has changed. To be a beauty queen in 1994, the most vital statistic is a brain to go along with the body. I'd like you to meet Miss London. She has sickeningly long hair. She's unbelievably tall. She's got legs all the way up to her armpits and a high-powered job in the city. Meet Miss Chester. She has a 20-inch waist, yuck, and helps run a property business and hasn't put on a single pound since she was 16. Oh. And finally meet Miss Chinatown. And chairman of 2 businesses. Now, all these ladies claim they have beauty and brains. They say they're not in the least bit empty-headed. But my first guest, Hayden, says all beauty queens are bimbos. He says they're totally self-obsessed, they're stupid dumbos, and wait for it, they have absolutely no personality. You are a brave man, or are you foolish?
Foolish? Not really. Basically, it's outdated. It's a cattle market. Sorry about this.
Hold on one moment. What is your definition of a cattle market?
Yeah, let's hear from one of the cattle here. Do you feel like a cow?
I'd like to know what his definition is of a cattle market. I've never actually been to one, so I would like to know what one is and what it's all about.
I think the majority of people will agree that beauty comes from within. And it might sound outdated, but that's the way it is. I mean, anyone that has to parade around showing flesh like you do.
So cows do that as well. Is this what cattle markets are about?
You do it when you're abroad on holiday. It's no different.
But I'm not going out saying to people, God, look at me, I'm gorgeous.
No, that's not the case.
Going around with 3 tons of slap on my face.
Right. We don't wear 3 tons of slap. Wait a minute, let's get to the slap. Are you saying, Hayden, that if we got a shovel and scooped the slap off these ladies, that they would not be as beautiful as they appear to be now?
I say get the camera on them first thing in the morning when they get out of bed. Then we'll see how beautiful they are.
Oh no, I must admit I do sympathise with our gentleman over there. I mean, it does seem to be that these women portray themselves as being empty-headed and they're just dolly birds with nothing else to do but to sort of show themselves off because they're insecure, socially, mentally and in the workplace.
Now, I can say I've got more brains than most of the men here.
Miss Chinatown.
Yes, that's for sure.
Hold on, I've got a question, right? Why do you do it?
Because it's brilliant fun.
Right.
And it's what we benefit, what we get out of it.
Do you think it's right that men should ogle over you, right? You had this thing where women are touched up on the street. Men have this sort of idea that it's their right to touch women up, do all these sorts of things, and you're basically enhancing that. All you're doing is, living men's fantasies, and walking around like that is just highlighting it all. I mean, it's wrong. It's outdated.
Yes, but people watch fashion shows. They're great fun. Beauty contests are like a fashion show. People enjoy watching them, and I've raised lots of money.
It's a sexual thing, though.
I've raised lots of money.
It's not sexual.
Of course it is.
It's not
is that clothes?
outdated.
Are you modelling clothes there?
I'm wearing exactly the same as I'd go.
If it was about
You
fashion.
go to a club wearing that?
No, I wouldn't go to a club wearing this.
What?
I'd go to the beach wearing this, and people do it. And some of the women that not beauty contests sit on the beach.
There's nothing wrong with a woman showing off her femininity. That's fine, right? But my thing is a natural beauty.
But we're showing our personality as well.
How'd she personality dressed like that?
How can you?
Because we're interviewed. I think you
simmer down a moment. We have a question.
Can I ask you girls there, right? You're all sat down and you're all sat there very confident. But are you sat there from within because that is how you feel as a person? Or is it the makeup on your face that is giving you the confidence to come across as you are? If we said to you now, right, we'll get you some makeup remover, take your makeup off and let's see what personality you've got then.
I have to say, though, if you said that to me, I'd die.
But we're not trying to portray ourselves
Vanessa,
as somebody who's sort
you're
of,
not
you know,
walking around
we've
in a
got all the
swimming
confidence.
costume.
No, I'm not, but if I walked around in a swimming costume, I don't think anybody would watch this show. Tell me, is it true? Is all your confidence coming from the makeup and the high
No,
heels?
I don't believe that. I've got nothing to hide. Why shouldn't I flaunt my body? I've got nothing to hide.
Why should you flaunt your body?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Well, parading down a catwalk, you know, I'm showing off what I was born good with.
Well, I just
We've got a question here.
Well, I'd just like to say, despite what qualifications and jobs these girls have got, it's still their looks they're being judged on. And I don't think we should be judging people by their looks. I think these
I
competitions...
disagree with that.
Exactly.
I'm not wearing any makeup today, and yet I've still got the confidence to come on and be myself.
The modern-day beauty queen, the modern-day beauty contest isn't judged purely on looks, and this is what people are uneducated on.
Let's have a question from here.
It's not really a question, it's just I speak from personal experience. I used to do beauty contests for 10, 12 years. I actually did quite a few with Julie, she's a friend of mine. But I do agree with Hayden, the competitions are outdated. And from my experience, although these three girls here may have a brain to go with the looks, the majority of the girls I met in competitions didn't have any brains whatsoever.
Really?
And I mean, I'm not saying I'm a raving beauty without my makeup first thing in the morning, and it does help, but a lot of them did hide behind what foundation they wore, what lipstick they wore, the bottle of fake tan.
What about everything we hear, though, about beauty contests being so bitchy?
Again, it's in the minority. There is a lot of bitchiness goes on behind the scenes. There's people crying, they don't win, they think they should have done, they think they're better looking than everybody else.
But they shouldn't enter them in the first place if they don't have a competitive nature.
That is what happens in competitions. I've seen it all. I've been treated as a sex object. I've been propositioned by men because I've been stood in a swimsuit.
And the casting couch scenario.
And the casting couch, which is why I gave it all up. I was sick of being groped, propositioned, expected to take things a little bit further just because I was in a swimsuit and I was stood in a nightclub and I was, I don't know, looked upon as perhaps an easy target.
But I've never had that happen to me, and I've been doing them for 12 years.
So you're fortunate.
Vanessa, like Miss Chinatown said that it was a lot of fun and she had a great time. From my own personal experience, it was the most hideous experience I'd never want to go through again.
Gosh.
And this was for a model contest. I went through to the final. One of the girls got her dress actually ripped up. Because they were jealous. We got our makeup stolen. It wasn't a nice experience, and I work as a model and I certainly wouldn't go through that again.
Did you feel undignified?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't nice.
Do you feel you sort of demeaned yourself in some way?
Yes, I mean, I work as a model and I don't have any of that. We have a great time. I earn a living from it, but this contest was absolutely awful, and I don't think... I know a lot of girls wouldn't want to go through that.
Is there any element of that? I know that, Miss Chester, you've had somebody throw beer at you from a balcony, some jealous mother.
One of the girls' mums. I mean, you know, I think the mums are the bitchiest part of the competitions. I don't think it's necessarily the girls. I think the mums have too much to say, and they're always in the back of the changing rooms, and they should be ousted.
Can I just say that I think Hayden is a typical male chauvinist pig.
Yeah. You're calling Hayden a male chauvinist pig?
Yes.
Why?
Because of the views he's got.
Are you a male chauvinist pig?
If anything, I'm all for...
Would you put a pair of trunks on and come on the stage?
Would I?
Yeah.
I would no need to do it. I don't want to go flaunting my body.
I'll tell you something.
confident in myself.
Let me tell you something Hayden hasn't told you. Let me tell you. Hayden has been a model in a past life.
I think he has,
Yeah, he's kept a bit quiet
And I
about
think
it.
that's why he's come on the show,
Maybe
because he didn't make it.
I didn't make it.
I think so.
And I'll tell you something.
I think so.
The actual, because of the industry and what it stands for, it's basically, it's all false.
That is your opinion.
No, but it's...
I think modelling and beauty contests are completely different.
I've actually had contact with a lot of girls who have been in your profession and they end up either anorexic,
But you could say the same about models. You're just totally...
Modelling and beauty contests completely different.
I do modelling, and I've known girls who are anorexic because they want to keep a certain figure. I eat everything.
There's so many girls that look up...
When you're talking about the high-powered Miss Universe, Miss World contest, there are a lot of contests out there that are wonderful opportunity for girls. 8 years
How
ago,
many?
8 years ago, I was involved in a contest like that in Canada. I was the first runner-up, and I think that what they should do is change the name. It should be a personality contest.
Yeah.
Some of these places, you don't have to wear a bathing suit. My competition, there was no bathing suit competition. We had to write essays. We had to write an exam. We were judged on our personality, and not the most beautiful girl won. The most beautiful girl wasn't even a finalist, and she was bitchy afterwards about it. but the girl that won and the finalists, myself included, are wonderful people. We had a wonderful time. I agree with you wholeheartedly. They're a wonderful opportunity for these girls, and
I'll ask you a question though, for the amount of people that actually go in for it.
Well, speaking as just a member of the general public, I enjoy looking at these lovely girls, and I enjoy looking at the young men as well. So why not?
Okay. Well, we've heard from quite a few beautiful women here today, but what about this row of beautiful men here? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I have got a glorious feeling that they want to take all their clothes off. Get them off, boys! Woo!
If we can get a little closer. The nocturnal activities of this species are fascinating. Some nibble delicious wafer-thin after-eights. Here we see a challenge to the dominant male, who's clearly marked his territory. With awesome eyesight, this creature spots one lone after-eight and devours mercilessly. And here...
Blasted film crew got in here again.
Oh dear, looks as though we've been spotted.
On the 7th week before Christmas, Asda brings to you a sack full of gifts. All kinds of gift ideas, and all at prices that are constantly checked to keep them low. Permanently low. That's a promise. That's Asda price.
On skin this delicate, how comfortable does your detergent leave things feeling? All night long. Some traditional non-bios leave fibres flattened. Fairy Ultra leaves them fluffy and white and feeling really soft. So you can rest easy, because Fairy is the softer touch for delicate skin.
I'm Susan McConnell. At Vision Express, we take great care of you. Our qualified opticians give you a full eye test. Our 2-for-1 offer means terrific value. Imagine your second pair of glasses free, even bifocals and varifocals. And we still make you quality glasses in about an hour. No wonder we get so many nice letters. Everyone was so helpful and friendly. We will certainly be customers again. We want every customer to be as happy as Mrs. Wing, including you.
Vision Express, 1-hour service and a good deal more.
There's hair, and there's hair with style. To get it, you need the right elements, Salon Selectives. Interlocking formulas you put together to build in style step by step by step. To go beyond hair that's just there, to hair with style. Salon Selectives, the elements of style.
I couldn't believe these new thin nappies. They stretch and keep my daughter Rebecca really dry. These new Pampers Ultra Thin Stretch are fantastic. Before, with the children I've looked after, as they moved around, I've sometimes seen nappies start to gap and leak. Then you get a wet tummy.
New Pampers Ultra Thin Stretch have a stretchy waistband and stretchy sides. They're designed to be better at gently hugging and moving with your baby to help prevent gaps and leaks. And with the new Ultra Core, they absorb so much better than before that they're the driest thin Pampers ever.
These new stretchy Pampers are just such a snug fit. There's less gapping and great dryness. So now nothing stops Rebecca having fun.
New Pampers Ultra Thin Stretch. The driest thin Pampers ever for drier, happier babies.
Do you have a difficult relationship with your mother? Does she dominate you and constantly tell you what to do? Does she ever flirt with your boyfriends? Perhaps you're closer to your grandmother than your mother. Or do you feel you could have been a better mother and would like to talk about it on The Vanessa Show? Call us now on 0891 11 11 64. That's 0891 11 11 64.
This shopping trolley. Well, all this food here is what my next guest eats in a week. And this lot here, look, a whole packet of rice, a whole chicken, 10 yogurts, 10 bananas, 2 enormous bottles of water is what he eats in just one single day. Meet Leroy, rippling muscles, bulging biceps, tight, firm buttocks. I'm getting carried away as usual. Well, I don't think I need to explain what my next guest, Leroy and Aldwyn, do for a living. But behind the brawn, are there any brains? Or are these guys big in the body, but small where it really counts? Hi, chaps.
Hello there.
Are you just beefcakes?
No, we're more than beefcakes. I mean, you have to have a lot of brains to do that much shopping and get some change.
Is that right? Don't you, for hours every day? How many hours a day?
No, so I train, 4 days a week, an hour a day.
Right.
And that's all I do.
I mean, is that obsessive? Does it mean you spend the whole time oiling your muscles?
No. It's basically, what you do is basically a figure of art. You do it to keep fit, keep trim, and obviously keep healthy.
I mean, if I asked you nicely, would you flex your pecs for me?
Oh, yeah.
Go on then.
Oh! You want to feel?
Yes!
Come on.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Come on. Have a feel. You doing that?
Oh my goodness! A married woman, I'm shocked. But I mean, you know, people might say these are just empty-headed hunks. They've got not a thought in their heads.
That's the media. That is the media. See what they're doing, they're judging a person by their actual visual looks, but actually by character, when I speak to them, a whole different ballgame. So it's actually the media itself. That's all it is.
Yes.
End of the day.
We've talked to these ladies, these beauty queens, and various people have said it's demeaning, it's undignified, you're nothing but a piece of meat. Are you demeaned by what you do, Aldwyn? Are you demeaned?
Not at all. It's a form of entertainment, and of course those people saying those things, they're not entertained by it.
Who thinks that these are brainy blokes, and who thinks they're a disgrace to the name of mankind? They shouldn't be up there doing this. What do you think?
I'd just like to ask them, what sort of qualifications did you leave school with? What sort of brains have you actually got?
I've got a diploma.
I mean, to look at them, that is just gross. I'm sorry, but you're just not my type of man at all.
That's what
All your brains are in your muscles.
No, here, and as well as here.
No, I mean, look at his head looks totally out of proportion to the rest of his body, same as the rest.
Yeah, but who's looking at his head? I am. Who's looking at his head, not me?
That's her opinion at the end of the day. Right, obviously, no, before I even start, obviously, I'm well educated. I speak my mind. At the end of the day, if they don't like what they actually appreciate, that's their view.
I appreciate a good body, but that is not a good body. That is something that's going to turn to fat in a lot of years when you stop training.
Okay, what would turn you on, basically, in the day? A person with beer gut? Or...
A nice-looking man who I know that when he gets to 45 and he stops the training, he's not going to go, ugh, which these guys are.
Yeah, but characterise nice in your way. Characterise nice. Obviously, what would appeal to you?
Well, I think Hayden's quite tasty, actually.
Oh, my days! You making me out!
Now, look, this is a man. I don't know what's happened, but you've got a rather strange colour.
Yeah, I've been working quite a lot lately.
Yeah.
My name's Simon. I'm a member of the #1 strip group in Great Britain. I've got a degree in management and I take my clothes off for money. Because that's
Right.
what I like to do. These guys are top.
You want to get a life.
This lady says you should get a life. Why is it, though, that you with a degree in management, who could do any number of other things to make a living, why is it that you decide to take your clothes? Does it
Because
turn
that's
you
what
on?
I want to do.
Why?
Because it's a giggle.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a giggle.
They say you like women looking at you, do you?
Yeah, of course I do.
So you're an exhibitionist?
Definitely.
Are you too, Leroy?
I love it.
No, so obviously what we do, women, like, see, for centuries, women have been idolised as sex objects, yeah? Now the tables have actually been turned now. For women to enjoy what men obviously do on
Men
stage.
can do it as
And
well.
we do actually enjoy, do for events for women itself. End of the day, they come have a big laugh, no one's been offended in any particular way.
Don't you think it looks false, though?
It's not false.
It's not natural.
No,
I mean,
no.
I'm also okay, compared to you, I'm just a skinny wreck.
Hayden, I wouldn't fall out with him. I wouldn't. I'd watch your skin, I would.
Wanna give me a chance?
I'm a qualified martial arts instructor as well.
Oh, well, in that case, go ahead. OK, go for it. We've got a question here.
I just like to stick up for these guys to start off with. When they get to 45 and stop training, they don't turn to blubber. Thank
you. Thank you. It's all natural. No drug and tables.
It just shrinks and they just look like ordinary guys. This guy here, this lady was sticking up for these young ladies earlier on. What she's now doing is she's turned exactly the opposite and she's got his
That's
view. So she's slagging the men down now.
No,
so she's narrow-minded as well. She's
What do you think, though?
I think that I'm not sort of lipstick and perfume sort of woman, but I appreciate what they're trying to do. You know, they're out there.
And good luck
look
to
at
them.
me. Yeah, and
Good
the guys
luck.
as well. Good luck.
Could I just ask the guys, do they have their legs waxed?
It's a personal question, do you?
No. You go on, you just...
You're quite smooth and sure.
We've had them waxed in the past for previous shows, but I don't know how you ladies do it. The actual hair growing back, it's too uncomfortable.
Too uncomfortable, oh yeah. It's too rough.
The thing is, at 45, they're not going to give up anyway. They're going to carry it on until about 80 and always keep fit and look good.
What about you? You're not going to still be entering beauty contests when you're 50, 80?
No,
are
but I'm
you?
always going to look after myself. Even when I'm old and grey, I'm still going to look after myself. I'm still going to dress well, do my hair nicely and do a little bit of makeup. And it makes all difference how I feel and how people are nicer to me and how I give pleasure to other people. I think it's good to look good.
So you like the look of these guys?
Yeah, it's better than letting yourself go, isn't it?
I suppose so.
I just want to say, if they want to do this, that's up to them, because it's everyone's own opinion. I mean, I don't actually fancy it myself, but if people want to go and see it, they will, and it won't offend anyone.
You say you don't fancy Leroy, but I know that he is absolutely besieged by women frenzied banging on your hotel room door. Is that true?
It comes to the job, it comes to the job.
No, it's true. They say no way. Why'd you say that?
You're in the same.
You
Just
wouldn't-
doesn't appeal.
Doesn't appeal to you. Isn't it true you have to beat women off on a regular basis? It's true.
I think what's come across to me, I think they're all lovely people and they're obviously happy with what they're doing, as long as they're not doing anyone else any harm. Well, I say good luck to them and carry on.
All I'd like to say, I don't care what's in his head. I say I like what's in his body, and please can I feel it in biceps?
OK, come on. Now, this lady would like to feel his biceps. Come on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Terrific. What do you think? Any good?
Nice, isn't it?
OK, that's enough. Stop there. That's enough. Oh, goodness. A bunch of complete idiots. Who? Well, Leroy and Aldwyn for a start, plus anyone else who works out constantly and is totally bodily obsessed. Who says this? My next guest, Julie. She says these guys are a bunch of wimps with very little going for them. Hello.
Hello.
What leads you to this stand, this very strong stand, Julie?
Yes, I mean, for instance, I totally agree with that lady sitting down there. The brains are between the legs. They've got bigger boobs than I have. I mean, it's just not normal. You can't... Your body can only take a certain amount of stuff, and, you know, when you get to a certain amount of muscle, they go onto steroids and things like that, and it's a bad influence on younger men
I
in
think
generation.
that's going too far.
At least it's natural.
What are these kind of men really like, these bodybuilders?
They're totally obsessed. I mean, it's just a big ego trip. It really is. I mean, for instance, those guys sitting over there, I mean, they've got great bodies, but...
Are you obsessed? Is it any fun going out with you? Staying in with you even? Sorry.
It's fun going out with me. I'm not obsessed. Depends how far you want to go.
Julie, they say they're not obsessed. They're just normal people taking care of themselves.
For goodness sake, look at them. Look, it's ridiculous.
Can I just say to Julie that it doesn't take steroids to build a body like that anyway. It takes the hard training and dedication to build a body like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Not steroids.
How much do you train?
Well, I train 4 times a week myself anyway, and I haven't touched steroids, so I'm just like to tell you that
Do
it
you
doesn't
have a
take
woman
steroids.
in your life or
yes,
several?
I do.
You do? And does she find you fun to be with or completely
Well,
obsessed?
she's with me all the way. She's
Yeah?
with me all the way, yeah.
Because this is remarkable, this whole... I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's a hands-on kind of a show. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Vanessa,
very nice, yes.
You wouldn't exactly expect someone to stand up on television and say, yes, I take steroids and look at me now.
Exactly.
No one's going to admit it.
Exactly my point.
Julie, what is a typical date with a bodybuilder like?
Boring. All they do is look in mirrors.
Why did you go out with them in the first place?
Because I like the look of it. Unfortunately, I went for that kind of bloke, and now I've seen sense, and I go for the more personality type.
Can I ask Hayden, when he goes out to a club or when he goes out at night, does he look for a girl who looks like that, or does he look one right makeup with
Actually, the actual girl I'm engaged to now, because you're fine with someone like nothing personal.
But you don't know me. You're going to judge me without knowing my personality.
Are so busy looking in mirrors 24 hours a day
That's
and making sure the hair and
rubbish.
makeup's fine. They've got an image to keep up, and you
Ms.
can't live with
London, I
that.
suppose the question is, what's going to happen when it all fades?
Exactly.
You're pretty much, you say, over the hill in beauty contest terms.
I wouldn't.
Are you going to feel awful afterwards?
No, because I won Miss London, which I see as an achievement. Ford Motor Company are now sponsoring me, doing the Fiesta Championship next year. They're all things. I've worked at the motor show with them on Saturday with all the Formula One drivers.
there
They're
is
all
life
things
after
that I
beauty
can do. Yes,
contest.
that I'd never get to do without being Miss London. There's plenty of life. You have to use it to the full.
Thanks very much. Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. What a show. Some people have said I'm body obsessed by men's bodies, but this show's been complete heaven. I'll try and be back for next Tuesday's show, but I'm not promising anything. Bye-bye, and see you again soon.